Hey guys, I hope you're having a lot of fun with the new electricity system. I just wanted to take a minute and say, come join my Discord. We're having a lot of good discussion over there, and I'd really like to get more people in there to help, expand the Rusty Electrician Union community, whatever we're becoming. Come on over, the link's in the description. And if you want help with your electricity projects, I'm always available there. I can't use generators. Batteries are not really that good. So here's our best bet for electricity. You got 100, almost 100 volts, depending on the wind. We're gonna have a look at all the components today in a little bit of detail, not too much. I don't want to fry your brains or anything. Yeah, like I was saying, the batteries are not really what I was hoping they would be. They don't last long enough, they charge too slowly. What's another complaint that I have? It's not really a complaint, I guess, it's more of a suggestion. What I would like to see, because I'm using this quite a bit. I would like to see the batteries charge faster, and if you give them more power than they're putting out, I would like to see them either hold a charge or, continue to charge while discharging. I'd also like the passive items, like i.e. if it's turned off, it shouldn't be draining the battery. But it does. Sometimes. So for now, 24/7 power, you're gonna be sticking windmills either on foundations or on your roof. Just take note that you can't put them that close together. So the first, see, the blades would obviously smash into each other and you'd just wreck them. Go a couple of foundations out. I tried it here. It's like 3, I think. It's at least 3 foundations for the blades. That's got to do with the spear check. Sphere. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, perfect. Let's take a root combiner and juice this system up a bit. Root combiners have been heavily modified since my previous videos. You can only add batteries, windmills, and other, quote-unquote root devices. You can't hook switches into them, or you can't stack them anymore. Kind of sucks. I wanted to make like a huge Tesla power wall with generators and combiners, but it's gotta be balanced. Alistair said it was designed to be that way. When you do staging videos, things do change a lot. But at least I can get, 150 volts. That's more than enough to power an entire base. So my battery's charging and everything looks cool. That's basically it for the, little commentary on everything. The counters, they go vertically when you stick them on floors. It's kind of weird. But the counters are actually pretty useful, and I'm going to touch on those like right now. I've had some friends ask me to come and check out their bases, and they were having a lot of issues distributing the power around their huge Zerg bases and whatnot. And I find the best way to do it is to either put your windmills really close to, where you're powering. And if that's not possible, then you can use the counters to extend your loop. I don't know if it was meant to be this way, but I'll show you real quick. Yeah, we can go a good way out. I think my friend was asking how to get down about 10 floors, so that's around 10. Yeah, one more for good measure. And we'll put a light up just to see how far I can extend this thing. Ploink. Let's get some counters. I'll lay out 3 counters. So that. And then we're gonna go grab the juice. So we got 89 coming out of our pass-through. Alright, that's a good amount. It's gonna go up and down as the wind changes, but it's all G. Let's make a node here. And you notice that if you're following along with the length, it doesn't reset when you make a node. So you can only go 20 feet. But make sure you set this to pass through. Okay, we got 78 volts. And we've gone 13 feet. Oh look, we got another 30 feet. It's actually 30 feet. Okay, let's go into the counter. And go to the pass through. Oh, we missed. Hold on. We went into the wrong one. Yeah, so every counter gives you about 30 feet of length. And 69 volts there. Let's see. We only lose 1 volt per counter. This is pretty like OP breaking news that actually works. And I wouldn't have even thought to, you know, test this out if it wasn't for a question that somebody asked me. Alright, so we've gone well over the 30-foot limit. And wait, I gotta set, you have to set these to pass through to get the volts to come through. And we got 59, so we've lost, you know, a third of the power. But at this point, we can string up 50 lights, you know, 10 floors away from our power source. You're welcome. Alright. So going just by 1 string of wire, that's as far as we can go. That's it. I'm just kind of brainstorming right now. Yeah, don't put solar panels inside. PSA. We'll throw 2 of them out here just for giggles. And we'll bring those in. So this is how the root combiner actually works. You take root sources like batteries, windmills, or solar panels, and each of those combined voltages will be on the output. Counters are pretty simple. They can count, or they can display the amount of voltage that they're currently passing through. As I said before, if you want to have them actually pass voltage through, you need to switch them over to pass-through mode. Splitters have 1 input and 3 outputs. Every time you add something to the splitter, you'll decrease the total voltage across all 3 outputs. This is a switch. It's pretty simple. It has 1 input, 1 output. So let's take the output of the switch and show you how you can count. The counter has 3 inputs on the side: increment, decrement, and reset. Every time you apply power to one of those ports or channels or whatever you want to call it, it'll do what it'll do whatever that port is designed to do. So we just went up to 4, and now we're going to go down. You don't have to have a switch on the inputs here. You can use pressure plates or lasers or whatever you want, really. And then we'll clear it. So let's go over the rest. We're gonna get into the different types of logic gates right now. This will be your AND gate. This has 2 inputs and 1 output. And it will only output power if both of the inputs are on. So if one's on or the other one's on, nothing's gonna happen. But if they're both on, then you get one. Next is the OR switch. This also has 2 inputs and 1 output. However, unlike the AND switch, if you activate either output, you'll get a voltage on the output. There's 1, 2. Now if you activate one and activate the other one, nothing happens until you create the OR condition. So if both of them are on, that's not an OR condition. Well, as soon as you turn off the switch, you create the OR condition. Next we're going to look at the exclusive OR. This one's a little new to me. It also has 2 inputs and 1 output. And then we can create an OR condition by flicking either switch. But if you flick both, it doesn't satisfy the OR condition like the standard OR switch. So it's an exclusive OR. And I don't know what the heck you'd use that for because I'm not an electrical engineer or a computer scientist. So if you have one switch on, you'll get voltage. If you turn both on, you don't get voltage. That's the basic understanding I have of it. That's it for the XOR switch. Here's a timer. Timers are pretty simple and cool. Timers will switch on for a certain amount of time and then they switch off. So you give it power and then you activate it. And then you have voltage on the output for however long you set the time. Anywhere between 1 and a gazillion seconds. I'm not sure what the maximum is. It can also be triggered remotely through the toggle. Just like that. Easy. Timers are fun, simple, and cool. The next component we're going to have a look at is the blocker. This is what you use if you want to apply a voltage or turn it off based on an event. For example, the automatic light activator uses a blocker whenever the sun is out. That switch is essentially on and it blocks any voltage from coming through the circuit. And yeah, if it was hooked up to a light, every time the sun came out, the light would turn off. Next is the memory cell. This is kind of cool. It's like a blocker, but you can set and reset it based on 2 different conditions instead of just one. So you give it power, and then there's an output and an inverted output. So you can do 2 different things with the same switch. Right now with the 2 green lights it's in a set condition, and now with the green and red it's in the reset condition. So if you leave the voltage on the reset pin every time you set it, it'll go back to reset. If you don't have voltage on the reset pin, it'll stay set. Now for the outputs, this is the regular output. Every time that the switch is set, it will output voltage continuously. Then on the inverted output, you won't have any voltage. Now if we reset the switch, the voltage actually flips over to the inverted output. Set and reset. And that's pretty much it for the components. They're all researchable, craftable. They're cheap to research, but they're a heck of a lot of HQM to craft. Hell, please, man, bring down the cost. What the heck? Dude, you ruined my video. Alright. You ruined my video. Video's over, guys.